Hi, my name is Mark Anthony DuBose Jr. I was born July 4th, 1986. I want to say thank you for tuning in. I want to kind of start up something a little bit different. I just got some inspiration to just continue to keep on working a little bit more with my dogs in such a different way. Just start to just do what I wanted to do years ago. And I'm going to start it now. And I just want to say I'm not a professional at teaching a dog how to find stuff, sniff stuff out. I've done some stuff in school. I've spent a couple months with it. I've done some research. I've watched videos. But I just have learned to do stuff, just try it out. And this dog is a perfect example of helping me in reality because he kind of already knows the game a little bit, and I'm just going to introduce him to the game. So the main game that I want from this dog is, I don't know why, but I always had this inspiration of having this awesome drug sniffing dog. I don't know why, but it was just a cool thing. And I was just like, this dog here is the one that can in reality be able to provide that. And I just want it because for a little bit I was thinking I want this to be able to be for hire. Like, how can I get this dog to be for private hire for churches, schools, people's houses, that once you call the police and the police run their drug dogs, someone's getting charges, where I could just, I'm not gonna say this, but look the other way and we can make sure that everything's out of the house. Because some of y'all kids got stuff in your house right now that it could set you up for danger. And it's better to figure it out sooner than later before someone comes running and looking for something because they didn't get their part of the money that was promised to them. But I just want to go through this. I want to start making videos. It's just the progress of things that I'm working on. So today is day one of just this. Here we are. So I got a bucket. I know we use the buckets, the boxes. They got all kinds of things, but it doesn't need to be perfect. I'm on a budget out here. I'm trying to spend $0. I did buy this leash and it cost me a whole $8, but that's all that I want to put into this. But I got a bucket with the scent in it. And all I'm looking for the dog to do is to put his nose in and try to smell that scent. And then I'm going to give him his reward, which is, this dog's favorite reward is his ball and string. This dude just goes crazy for this ball. And I purposely just leave it hidden from him for all the time until I really wanted him to do something. So what I want to start doing is just getting him to the point that I can get the bucket out. I can get 5 or 6 buckets out. I might not use buckets because these buckets they just cost so much money nowadays. I'm trying to do everything on a budget. So I'll probably get bags and have 5 or 6 bags. I want him to find an alert on the bag. And then for this dog, I want him to be able to sit. So I want him to smell it, to sit on that scent. And then I can say, okay, good job, and then we can move forward. And then I want to start to get it into a bigger area and being able to search vehicles and being able to search, just search little areas to be able to find stuff and mainly find some drugs. So I'm going to have to spend a little bit of money on getting more of the pseudo drugs because I can't keep the real stuff on me just in case. And so I got to go to the website and get a whole bunch of that stuff. And for whatever reason, that stuff is pricey. But it's just something that I like working with dogs, and for some reason I haven't been working with them the way that I really like working with them, and I don't want to get back to that, and I kind of want to just show more of the behind the scenes what I'm doing with my dogs, just doing stuff and interacting with them, and I hope to be able to get this dog to a point that I can put him for hire even in a certain circumstance, but also him to teach me along the way of how to adjust, because I know as soon as I start making videos, one cool thing about this YouTube stuff with me at least, as soon as I start making videos, all of a sudden new recommendations start to come of like very similar things that I'm talking about. So that's kind of what I'm looking for is I want to find more assistance on how to be able to get these dogs to be able to know how to find an odor and stay on that odor. And I don't care what's going on around them. You're staying on that odor to let me recognize, okay, I see that we're on that odor so that I can do what I want with it at that moment. And then we just go off and do whatever we want to do. I want to get more information on that. And I'm going to be consuming most of my content on that stuff as opposed to how to get a dog to sit and how to get a dog to down. That's fairly easy. And I'm not saying to anyone else, but that's just fairly easy. I like to do things. Not in the sense of just obedience type stuff. I like to get the dogs to do what we were breeding them to be able to do. So up front, I'm just gonna make the game really easy for him, and hopefully he'll catch on real quick. He's a pretty smart dude, so he might catch on real quick. So I'm not gonna use a clicker to like say yes. I'm gonna use a verbal sound because the verbal sound he's already paired to. So if I make the sound, he just automatically is like, oh, what's coming? And usually the ball is about to come. So as soon as he does what I'm looking for, I'm going to give him his reward, his ball. And I'm gonna let him play for a half a second, then I'll tell him to drop it, then I'll put it away, then we'll do it again. Maybe I'll try to get like 3 or 4 or 5 times out of it right now and just to see what he does. They haven't done this in years. So this dog did do this in the dog's training school I went to, and he was really good at it. And he was the dog that like got left behind. No one adopted him. So every time the scent detection work came, he was like the dog for that. Because so he may already understand, which is why I like him because it's the concept of a real good horse trainer taught me is sometimes you want a horse that already knows how to do so it could teach you along the way. And I believe that this dog would be able to teach me along the way what it is I'm looking for. So I'm just gonna make it real easy and give him a search cue of what it is that I'm looking for. I might have been a little too picky there in the sense of he did dip the head, but I want him to, let me get this pee out. I want him to dip his head, but my man had to make it easier for him up front. We'll make it a little bit easier for him up front. Just any time that he even sticks his head in there is just, I'm gonna say, that's good, that's good. Then after a while, he'll start to trigger in his brain of, what is it in here that I'm actually, you go in the water. What is it that's in here that he's looking for me to be able to find? And at some point, he'll be able to figure it out. All right, come on, boy. We'll just see what he does here. More than likely, it'll just get faster and faster because all he wants to do is get back to his ball. And I like him to stay excited over my ball. Okay. Go for it. Good boy. So what I want is I'm gonna walk him, lead him to it. I know some basics of this stuff. I've seen quite a bit of it, but I'm gonna walk him to it to show at some point I'm gonna stay at a good distance, stay back here and send him off to the cue that I'm looking for. So him is just go find it. I don't really want to say it yet. I keep saying it under my breath right now, but I don't want to say it out loud until he knows exactly what it is that I'm looking for. And so I want to wait until I say the word. I just want to keep using the hand gesture. Out. Good boy. I just want to keep using the hand gesture. So he's going to try to figure out how to get that ball back. Good boy. I don't know what it is with this dog. He just really likes to sit in this water trough a little bit. Granted, it's getting a little warm out again. But it's one thing that I just have really realized about dogs, especially when I first started running with them and stuff. They don't have the stamina, the endurance that I believe most people think that they have. They get tired really fast. So even just doing something like this a few times really gets the dogs to get really tired, especially when it gets better where he has to actually like sniff and search for minute after minute. Out. And for me, I learned the best way to get the dog to, you slobbering, we're just gonna get dirty. The best way to get them out is just to hold it completely still. That's the hardest part because they'll get the pulling. But when you hold it completely still, the dog just, for whatever reason, I have real good success. They always just let it go. So I'm gonna tell them again. Good boy. So we'll just do it a few times. I kind of want to, I don't know, this is the problem of always working dogs. When to stop, when they put that last rep in. And for me, I always kind of like push it a little bit too far, but I just kind of want to see what he's going to do because he's already like putting his head in, understanding, he's looking back. He's already like, where's the ball at? So he's already like bringing that back into his mind again. This is like 4 years ago he was doing this work. So it's already like starting to, I could see him already like, hey, something's going on here. I'm getting back into this game. So I kind of want to just do a little test right now just to see what he would do. All right, Kahi, out. I just want to see what he would do. Thank you. Good boy. I just want to see what he would do. I kind of want him to be lined up. Good boy. This was the best part of the dog training school I went to, doing stuff like this. This was the highlight for me. We did a lot of like obedience work, a lot of things like that, but when it came down to nose work, scent detection, and tracking and trailing, and man, this stuff, I don't know what it is. It's really neat, especially because I didn't adopt this dog until I was past my school time and into the internship, and then I really didn't adopt him until I was done with the internship. So I never really worked with this dog, but the first time I took him out to a trail, this dude was nose to the ground, and he was just at that time real girl happy. So he would find dogs like miles into the trail. He'll find like a little bit of their hair in like this tiniest little spot. And I was like, man, this is impressive. Like literally walking 2 straight miles to go find this dog. He would just take off at the beginning of the trail looking for it. And I don't know what it is. It's always been something really neat about these dogs. But that's the part of my lens when I'm working dogs. I see this part of them. As opposed to most people never see like you might watch a video, but when you see the dogs do stuff in person, when you see the dogs do it in person, it's something just completely different. It's like I don't know how to explain it. I kind of just want to leave it at that. We're just going to leave it at that. That was that one good rep. We're just going to leave it at that. Good boy. We'll just let him play for a little. And this is my favorite, I think, personally, stuff that I've handled and held, the best ball on string that money can buy. It's called a gap hay ball. They don't sell them here in the States. You got to order them from overseas, unfortunately, but it just is what it is. But I buy them by a case, and then I just start to give them away to people that just, because it's something about the chew and the ball that, I don't know what it is. The dogs these guys, like all my dogs love this specific ball. It doesn't float though. That's one downfall of it. So if it's in water, it is going to sink. So when he drops it in the cattle trough there, it sinks, but he'll just dip his head in there and pick it back up again. But for me, since I'm not training this dog for like a specific protection sport or anything, I don't care about the tugging. I don't care about I just want him to do whatever it is that he in reality just wants to do. All right, out. I kind of want you to just go chase it real quick. Can I get my leash? All right, out. You ready? That was a horrible throw, but it is what it is.